welcome to the Deep Dive. Looks like we've got some listeners interested in how to stay healthy with really demanding jobs.
Yeah, those high-stress careers.
Exactly. And it seems like they're in the legal profession, too. So we're talking lawyers, paralegals.
Anyone in that world.
Yeah, and they're not just looking to survive, they want to thrive.
That's great. And we've got some really insightful information to help with that.
For sure. The sources you sent in about Kris Mew, really interesting stuff.
Absolutely. It goes way beyond the typical advice you hear.
Like eat your veggies and get some exercise.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is much more in depth.
So let's jump right in. We're looking at a chapter by Kris Mew,
Registered nurse, A&D legal nurse consultant.
talk about understanding the demands of this field.
Right. She gets it. And she doesn't sugarcoat things either.
No kidding. She starts off with some pretty powerful examples.
Like that 42-year-old attorney who passed away during a deposition.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and the 56-year-old who had a heart attack right there in court.
It's a stark reminder of what's at stake here.
Definitely makes you stop and think.
We're talking burnout, chronic diseases, even premature death.
Heavy stuff. But Kris Mew doesn't just dwell on the negative.
No, she also shares her own awakening.
About the impact of food on well-being.
Exactly. It's like she went on this personal journey of discovery.
I love that. It wasn't just about following the food pyramid anymore.
Right. She really dove into things like functional medicine and intermittent fasting.
Hold on. For those of us who don't know, can you explain what functional medicine is?
Sure. It's like looking at the body as a whole system.
Instead of just treating individual symptoms.
Exactly. It's about finding the root cause of health issues.
So it's more about getting to the source of the problem.
And often addressing it through lifestyle changes.
Like diet and stress management.
You got it. And her journey led her to research the history of food processing.
Oh, yeah. I was curious about that. She goes all the way back to the Stone Age, doesn't she?
She does. You see, we've always processed food in some way.
Cleaning it.
Storing it, heating, fermenting, things like that. It was essential for safety and making it edible.
But it sounds like things took a turn in the 19th century.
Yeah, pasteurization and canning came along.
Then the 20th century brought ready-to-cook meals.
Frozen foods, all sorts of convenience items.
It seems like progress at the time.
But as we know now, convenience often has a downside.
And in this case, it's the abundance of processed foods we see today.
Which were often lacking in nutritional value.
And they're packed with added sugars.
Preservatives, unhealthy oils.
Yeah.
All things that can lead to inflammation and metabolic diseases.
It's scary how much added sugar is in everything.
Right. The source mentions a whopping 74% of packaged foods contain it.
No wonder it's so hard to avoid.